Good evening and welcome to Williamsburg Raider Basketball on the Williamsburg YouTube channel. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, thank you for taking some time for Williamsburg Raider Basketball. Joining me on the broadcast tonight are Robbie Allison and Cooper Bott, along with my daughter Tasha and her friend Evan Kelsch, helping out doing stats and working the video board. Tonight the Raiders are hosting the Burlington Greyhounds of the Southeast Conference. The Greyhounds went 11-10 last season, 7-4 in the Southeast Conference, finishing in third place behind Keokuk, who went 19-4 and 11-0 in the Southeast Conference, and Fort Madison, with the Bloodhounds going 14-8, 7-3 in the conference. Head coach Ariana Marfa was named the Southeast Conference Coach of the Year in her first year at the helm of the Greyhounds, as the 11 wins for the Greyhounds matched the number of wins that Burlington had over the previous 5 seasons combined. Mafra played for the Phoenix Mercury in the WNBA, as well as overseas in Italy, Russia, and Croatia. Mafra also played for the Brazilian national team for 17 seasons, playing in 4 Olympics, including helping Brazil to a bronze medal in the 2000 Sydney Summer Olympics. Coach Mafra's daughter is Aaliyah Guyton, freshman playing for the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Greyhounds are returning everyone from that team last season, including a first-team All-Conference Miley Stiefel, and Sophie Brown, younger sister Daphne Brown, and Kylie Hill were honorable mention. Burlington won their first game of the season, a 73-37 over the Danville Bears. The Raiders also won their first game of the season, a 53-47 win over number 4 Monticello. The Raiders led a 35-16 at halftime, led by Zoe Allen's 15 first-half points. The Panthers outscored the Raiders by 12 in the third quarter to make it a game, cutting the Raiders' lead to 7, 42-35. Monticello only outscored the Raiders by 1 in the fourth quarter, 12-11, for the 53-47 win for the 10th-ranked Raiders. The Raiders' Farm Bureau Star Player of the Game. If you're looking for a star to help you navigate through the difficulties of life, give Farm Bureau agent Jared Klosterboer a call. Learn how he can make it easy to protect the things that are most important to you. Your home, family, farm, and future was Zoe Allen with 18 points, going 7 for 14 from the field, 4 for 6 from the line. Had 8 rebounds, 5 of them off the offensive boards, 1 assist and 2 steals. The Ullman's Furniture Bench Player of the Game. Whether you're furnishing a large home or an efficiency condo, you're sure to find something that fits your needs at Ullman's Furniture, where freshman Channing Becker and sophomore Taylor Sanchez. Becker scored her first varsity point, going 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Also had an offensive rebound and 3 steals. Sanchez scored 2 points, had 2 rebounds and a steal. Carly Rich also had a good game for the Raiders, scoring 20 points with 4 made threes and a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line, along with 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 steals, and a block. The threes made by Rich sealed the win for the Raiders on Rivalry Saturday at Kirkwood. This is the first matchup between the Raiders and the Burlington Greyhounds, but there's always a Williamsburg connection everywhere you go. Burlington Athletic Director Jay Huff taught Williamsburg head coach Stephanie Dacey when she was a student, Stephanie Rich, and he was a teacher at Washington. The Raiders have played teams from the Southeast Conference before, playing the Fairfield Trojans and the Washington Demons last season. Last year, Burlington went 3-1 against Fairfield and Washington in Southeast Conference play, defeating the Trojans 62-25 in Burlington and 56-48 in Fairfield. The Greyhounds defeated Washington 69-36 in Carl Johansson Gymnasium, but also lost to the Demons 60-50 in Washington. The Raiders defeated Washington 65-29 and defeated the Fairfield Trojans 67-39, both here at the RAC, the Raiders Athletic Center. The point differential for Burlington in their 4 games against Fairfield and Washington was 68 points for a 17-point differential over the 4 games. The Raiders beat the Trojans and Demons by a total of 64 points in their 2 games, a point differential of 32 points. Burlington only losing 1 senior from last season, Emmy Rohr, who played in 5 games. So the Greyhounds returning almost all their production from last season. Burlington looking to challenge Keokuk and Fort Madison for the Southeast Conference Championship this year. The Rays are also returning most of their production from last season. The Raiders lost Clara Sinclair, who collected 54% of her rebounds off the offensive boards, averaging 1.5 offensive rebounds a game. And Taylor Heitman, who led the WAMAC in taking the highest percentage of her shots from three-point range, with 83.3% of her field goal attempts coming from three-point range, 65 of their 78 shots coming from behind the three-point arc, along with Ariana Acosta and Lexi Iberg. My predictions for the Walmack West this year is for the Raiders, who are returning almost 90% of their production from last season, with seniors Kylie Rich and McKenna Hughes, juniors Zoe Allen and Kennedy Skaggs, and sophomores Ava Hooker and Taylor Sanchez will battle with the Clear Creek Amana Clippers for the Walmack West title. The Clippers lost first team Walmack West Ava Locklear and Bliss Beck, along with Sam Scragg, who was on my second team All-Walmack West. But the Clippers returned my Walmack West Player of the Year, junior Avery Lauer, daughter of 1997 Williamsburg grad Nathan Lauer, who ranked fourth in the Walmack in scoring, averaging over 18 points a game, led the Walmack in field goal percentage, shooting over 61%, ranked fourth in field goals made at just under 7, and shot a Walmack leading almost 52% from three-point range, ranking fourth in the Walmack in three-pointers attempted at 6.7, first in three-pointers made at 3.5, with Lauer taking almost 60% of her shots from behind the three-point arc. If she averaged 2 free throws a game to qualify, she would have led the Walmack in free throw percentage, shooting 86% from the charity stripe. Julia Johnson led the Walmack, shooting 83%. Lauer also grabbed 5.3 rebounds a game and ranked 8th in the Walmack in steals, averaging 2.4. Also returning for Clear Creek Amana is junior Lena Evans, who was on my second team All-Walmack West, and junior Kennedy Stratton, who was second on the team in assists, averaging 2.2 assists per game last season. In third place, I have the Benton Lady Cats. The Lady Cats lost Emma Townsley and McKenna Kramer, who are on my All-Walmack first team, and Piper Nelson, who was on my second team. Townsley ranked 5th in the Walmack in scoring, averaging almost 16 points a game, 7th in field goals made and field goals attempted, 11th in three-pointers made, 8th in three-pointers attempted, 4th in free throws made, and 2nd in free throws attempted behind Julia Johnson of Vinton-Shellsburg. Townsley also led the Walmack in assists at 5.1 and assist rate, and was second to Courtney Frank in assist-to-turnover ratio at 2.23 with 107 assists to 48 turnovers. Kramer was second in the Walmack in made threes, a 3.4 behind Avery Lauer of Clear Creek Amana, and led the Walmack in three-pointers attempted at 9, taking 81% of her shots from three-point range, second to Williamsburg Taylor's Heitman, who took 83% of her shots from three-point range to lead the Walmack, shooting a 38% from behind the arc. That gave Kramer an effective field goal percentage of almost 56%, which ranked 5th in the Walmack and ranked 5th in the Walmack in assist-to-turnover ratio with 36 assists to 19 turnovers. Benton does return junior Aubrey Kelly, who was on my second team All-Walmack West, along with senior Hannah Greiner, junior Sophia Seek, and Haley Suter, and sophomore Avery Kramer. In fourth place, I have the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikettes. Vinton-Shellsburg lost Adelie Klein, who was my All-Walmack West Freshman of the Year, and rounded out my first team All-Walmack West team, who averaged over 7 points a game, ranked 5th in the Walmack in offensive rebounds, averaging almost 3 a game, collecting almost half of her rebounds off the offensive glass. She moved to Iowa City Regina. The Vikettes also lost Julia Johnson, who was on my All-Walmack second team, averaging almost 15 points a game, ranking 6th in the Walmack, ranking 4th in field goals attempted, 16th in field goals made, 3rd in three-pointers attempted, 8th in three-pointers made, 1st in free throws made, and 1st in free throws attempted, shooting 83% from the line, which led the Walmack, and ranked 4th in assist rate. The top returning players for Vinton-Shellsburg are seniors Addison Fippen, Olivia Hedrick, and Addie Qualley. In 5th place, I have the Grinnell Tigers, and in last place in the Walmack West, I have the South Tama Trojans. My predictions for the Walmack East is for Mount Vernon to win the title, followed by West Delaware, Center Point, Urbana, Marion, Solon, and Independence. I'll revisit these towards the end of the season to see how I did, just like my Big Ten preseason rankings, where my nephew is still very upset with me, where I picked the Michigan State Spartans, but it's only preseason rankings. We'll take a look at the end of the season and see what went right and what went wrong. As the game goes on, we'll take a look at the Capper Ford keys to the game. So let's send it down to the announcer, Mr. Nathan King, for the starting lineup, sponsored by the Sundown. If you're looking for starters, a main course, or good beverages, stop on down to the Sundown. No matter when you visit, you'll enjoy great food and great company. Visit the Sundown Bar and Grill today to see what all the hype's about.
Athletic events can be the best environment to find for all students and adults. Featuring part by exhibiting quality of their sportsmanship, shaping athletes, their team, respecting the decisions of the game officials, and by recognizing the efforts of their opponents. Firstly, starting out from the Greyhounds. AC, the number 3, Sophie Brown. AC, the number 4, Kira Wiseman. AC, the number 5, Daphne Brown. AC, the number 10, Kylie Steichen. And a sophomore, number 30, Kylie Hill. Some is coached by Azrael Bronco, assisted by Barry Glasgow and Megan Colina. And now the stars for no others. They see another one, Farley West. They choose the number 10, Zoe Allen. They see the number 11, McKenna Hughes. And sophomore number 12, Eva Woodard. And number 24, Honey Skaggs. The rest of the coach by Stephanie Gracie, assisted by Bradley Chef and Eric Davis. Athletic training services provided by Professor Warren Hospital and athletic trainer Matt Pryor. Please welcome the officials tonight: Nathan Carlson, Joshua Schaefer, and Brandon Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. And gentlemen, move your hats to the playing of the national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be sung by Williamsburg Junior, Cooper Bott. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at twilight's last gleams and bright stripes and bright stars to the perilous skies? For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly seen. And the rockets red red amongst the sea air came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say has that star-spangled banner yet waved o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's take a look at the uniforms for the teams tonight, sponsored by Elite Sports. If you want your team to look its best, Elite Sports is a custom screen printing and embroidery company that's working with over 150 high schools and colleges in Iowa. They focus on athletics but print for any business or occasion. Screen printing, awards, and trophies, and custom artwork. At Elite Sports, their team of skilled in-house artists are available to assist with all of your needs. So the Raiders winning the opening tip in the home whites. Zoe Allen with the drop step left hand off the glass for the first points of the game. Raiders coming out in their full court 1-2-2 full court press. And that's one of the chapter 4 keys of the game that we think might help the Raiders to victory here tonight is turnovers. And on the first possession, they get a turnover there by Burlington. Burlington wearing the road black uniforms with the purple Burlington across the chest, purple numbers outlined in white. Burlington coming out man-to-man defense, driving Skaggs, kicks out to Ava Hooker on the left wing. Shot is no good, tipped out of bounds by Zoe Allen. So that would be an example of a defensive team rebound there for Burlington. Burlington breaking the Raider pressure there. Number 10, Miley Stiefel, being guarded by Ava Hooker. Step back, and getting a hand in there was McKenna Hughes. I think it's going to be Hughes called for the foul there. That's her first. And that was the new rule last year, was resetting the fouls at the end of the quarter. So 5 fouls was the bonus, and it was automatic 2 shots. So kind of expected free throw numbers to go up, but in girls basketball WAMAC action last year, those numbers actually went down. So free throws made went down 0.8, free throws attempted went down 0.7, free throw percentage went down almost 3%. Free throw rate went down about 2.5. McKenna Hughes with the 3 from the right wing, and no good. Rebound. Controlled by Kira Wiseman, and then reaching in. Foul on the Raiders. That's their second foul already. That one's going to be on Kennedy Skaggs. She picks up her first, second team foul on the Raiders. Raiders playing their typical man-to-man defense. Nice help by Zoe Allen on Stiefel. That's not good enough, though. She drains the 3. And give Burlington their first lead. Zoe Allen, offensive rebound, putback is good. And this is going to be the concern for the Raiders. If Burlington's going to pull off the win here tonight, it might be those offensive rebounds. And 3 different attempts there at the rim. Come away empty-handed. Carly Rich on the drive. A nice job staying under control there. Jumping on 2 feet and puts the layup in. The Raiders lead 6-4. Burlington breaks the press. Almost a travel there on that hop there by Kylie Hill. Quickly down the floor are the Raiders. Zoe Allen, ball fake, up and under, and the layup is good. Raiders answer that early lead for Burlington with a 4-0 run to take the lead right back. Trap. And so knocked out of bounds by the Raiders, and Burlington will maintain control. Wiseman the trigger in. Gets it to Stiefel. Stiefel with the high screen and roll there by Hill. And her shot rolls in. Raiders lead down to 2, 8-6. Rich gets a high screen from Zoe Allen. Resets it on the left-hand side. Drives, and it rims in. 10-6, Raiders lead by 4. Still doing that full court pressure. Almost stolen by Skaggs. But the pass goes out of bounds. And Daphne Brown looking for older sister Sophie Brown. Eva gets a screen, drives. And call foul on the way up in the act of shooting, so she'll go to the line, shooting 2. So I think the most surprising thing from the foul rule from last season, you would think that with being able to call 4 fouls in every quarter without leading to extra free throws and bonus free throws, that you may have seen, maybe up to 8 at least, fouls called every quarter, which in the old system, that would have been into the bonus on the 7th foul. As Hooker hits the second. Raiders' largest lead at 5. Taylor Sanchez checks in for Zoe Allen. And this will be the challenge for the Raiders then when Allen goes to the bench. How are they going to match up with Kylie Hill inside? And that's one way is to apply ball pressure so the ball never gets to the post. Sanchez drives into the lane, kicks to Skaggs. She drives, shot blocked by Hill. Pass, loose ball, players all over the floor. Going to call jump ball. Raiders won the first jump, so this will go to Burlington. So since Burlington maintains possession and no turnover, Vanessa Woodsmall triggering in. High screen for Stiefel. Kicks it out in the right corner for Brown. Her three is no good. Offensive rebound. Off board. And another offensive rebound missed by Hill. Rebound taken away by Skaggs. Skaggs skip pass over into the right corner to Hughes. She kicks it out to the wing to Sanchez. Her three is good. Raiders lead at 14-6. Lead is now up to 8. Second timeout called by Coach Mafra. As they were getting the ball across the court, they had 2 seconds left, so saves a potential 10-second violation there. So with the 3, that tied the game up 4-4. So since then, Raiders on a 10-2 run. Now to lead by 8, 14-6. And we thought the Capperford key of the game that might help Burlington get the win here at the rack tonight might be offensive rebounding. And the 3 early offensive rebounds already for Burlington, collecting 43% of their misses. So that's what Burlington's going to have to do if they're going to get the win here tonight. Raiders, we thought it might be turnovers that they can force. And there's one right there. As a tripping, it was Stiefel, stolen by Hooker, and up and under, and fouled. McKenna Hughes. Foul on the offensive rebound attempt there by Skaggs. And that's her second foul. Coach Dacey not subbing in. Almost poked away. Stolen away by Sanchez, and that rings off no good. So that does not count as a field goal attempt for Sanchez. But she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Now 3 fouls apiece. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sanchez hits the first. 17-6. Raiders lead by 11. Last season as a freshman, Sanchez got 50% from the free throw line. Hits them both there. Now Skaggs comes out with those 2 fouls. And Allie Gorsh checks into the game. Raiders keeping up that full court pressure. Stiefel over the top to Hill. Nice pass. Woodsmall with the layup. Sanchez from the left wing for three. That's off. Rebounded by Ava Hooker. Swings it back out to Rich. Drives, poked away, but collected by Sanchez, and we're going to get a jump ball called, and that will stay with the Raiders on the alternate possession. And Burlington has shifted into a 2-3 zone on this possession here. Kick out to Rich, left wing, three is good. 21-8, Raiders' largest lead at 13. And Raiders keeping their full court pressure on. Shot no good, rebound tipped around, taken away by Sanchez. Kicks it over to Hughes. Burlington falls back into that 2-3 zone. Ball movement, player movement. That gets an open three for Gorsh. That goes out of bounds to Burlington. Raiders still with that 1-2-2 full court pressure. Stiefel breaks it, being guarded by Ava Hooker. High screen roll with Hill, tipped away by Rich, but into the hands of Woodsmall. Shot no good, gets the rebound, back up again, no. Rebound by Daphne Brown, looking for help, and the ball goes out of bounds to Williamsburg. Looking for Sela Rascone there in the corner, and the ball goes out of bounds. That's the fourth turnover on Burlington. Nice ball fake, attacking the seams. That's the way to break that 2-3 zone. Quick ball movement, player movement. Three, no good. Rebound taken by Sanchez. Driving and poked away, stolen, and stolen right back. Gorsh looking for Rich on the drive. A little bit behind her, goes out of bounds. Stiefel triggering in. Woodsmall breaks the press. Ball tipped, stolen away by Ava Hooker. Got away with a push there, I think, did Rascone. And then down the floor, blocked out of bounds by Sanchez. Woodsmall thought she had the breakaway layup. Good hustle by Sanchez to get the block. Now Burlington has it. Can hold it for, if they choose to, for pretty much the entire shot clock here. 1 second difference, but Rascone drives and gets the runner to fall. 21-10, Raiders lead is 11. We'll see if the Raiders choose to hold for the last shot here. Driving Sanchez, skips through the lane, and gets the ball to drop, and the foul. Foul on number 30, Kylie Hill. That's her first. Sanchez good from the line again. Perfect 3 for 3 on the night, 24-10. Largest lead for the Raiders here, 14 points, 24-10. 15.4 remaining in the first quarter. Freshman Channing Becker. Double dribble violation there on Rascone. Thought about passing and then went back to dribbling. Got that left hand on there as well. So the Raiders with the final possession now. 10 seconds left. 5, Ava Hooker driving to the lane. Runner, rims off, no good. Rebounded by Stiefel, stolen away. A shot, nope, they say did not get the shot off, did not count. So that's the end of the first quarter with the Raiders leading at 24-10. Burlington shoots. Four for 9 in that first quarter, 1 for 2 from three-point range. 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The issue for the Greyhounds was 10 turnovers, and that was the thing that we thought the Capper Ford key to the game that could go the Raiders' way was turnovers. That leads to easy opportunities. For Burlington, it was the offensive rebounds if they're going to get the win here tonight at the rack. 3 offensive rebounds, collecting a 30% of their misses. Raiders in that first quarter shoot 9 for 18, 50%, and also 18 field goal attempts compared to 10. That's that turnover differential. Getting those extra opportunities. 2 for 6 from three-point range, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Raiders as well with 3 offensive rebounds. And of those turnovers, of those 10 turnovers by Burlington, 5 of them have been steals by the Raiders. Technical difficulties there by Mr. Jepson, clearing off the scoreboard. We're back to zeros. Let's play it over again. There we go, 24-10 at the end of the first quarter. You have to ask him what happened last year as he was trying to set it to like 5.6 seconds. It took him 2 minutes to get 5.6 seconds on the clock. So alternate possession with the jump balls that we had in that first quarter. Burlington starting off with the first possession here of the second quarter. Stiefel on the drive, kicks it out to Rascone. She kicks it over to the left wing. A 3 no good by Daphne Brown. Another offensive rebound by Wiseman. Second chance opportunity for Rascone, no good. Rebound taken away quickly down the court. Oh, rims off, no good for Ava Hooker. Oh, no, they're going to call the foul on Carly Rich there. I thought he was just going to call it out of bounds off of the Raiders, but he did call a foul there. So first foul. So once again, much like we saw last year, no team getting into that bonus situation for free throws in that first quarter. First foul picked up here quickly on the Raiders in the second. First by Rich, steal by Rich. As Rascone loses her footing and drive to the basket, fouled by Daphne Brown. So Carly Rich will go to the free throw line. Rich a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line in the Raiders' first game against Monticello. Off back iron on the first. Shot 65% from the free throw line last season. Second on the Raiders in free throws attempted. Gets the second to fall. And a freshman, Kylie Seward, checks into the game. Raiders' largest lead of 15 points. Raiders keeping on that full court pressure. Almost stolen by Channing Becker. Right over the top to Kylie Hill for the bucket. Sanchez on the drive. Stopped by Hill, looking for Zoe Allen down low. Zoe pops out. Skip pass over to Carly Rich. Gives up her dribble, gets some help from Zoe Allen, top of the key. Driving left side. Well, to me, that's the second time I think 24 Rascone's gotten away with a little two-hand push there on the drive. No call either time. Ball tip, last by Channing Becker, out of bounds. Burlington will inbounds from the left side. Vanessa Woodsmall checking in for Daphne Brown. So Wiseman. Stiefel on the drive on the left baseline. No. Rebound by Hill. That rims off no good. Taken away by Zoe Allen. She hands it off to Carly Rich. Rich, stop, pop, three-pointer, off, no good. Rebound by Sewer, and it's good. It falls for the freshman. And those are her first varsity points. And she'll go to the line. That's the second foul. Board got cleared, it looks like. Second foul, I believe, on number 30, Hill. Gets the free throw to fall. 28-12. Raiders' largest lead now 16. Throwing over top. Oh, nice bounce pass, but poked away by Taylor Sanchez. Hill looking for Woodsmall on the drive. Two-three zone again. Rich, no. That's the tough thing in that 2-3 zone, though, is trying to box out. And sneaking in is Zoe Allen for the offensive rebound put back. Puts the Raiders up by 18. Hill, a little out of control, but gets it over to Wiseman, and she puts it in. 30-14, Raiders lead. Becker, Zoe Allen with the left hand. Nice pass by the freshman. Oh, got away with the travel there, I think, did Wiseman. Three-pointer from the left wing is long. Rebound taken by Sanchez, but she's standing out of bounds. So that will stay with Burlington. Kenny Skaggs checking in for Carly Rich. Stiefel to trigger in. Baseline out of bounds. Gets it to Hill. Back to Stiefel. She'll step back, pull the three. Off back iron, no. Rebounded by Channing Becker. Up the hill to Sewer. Over to Sanchez. Kicks it over to Skaggs in the left-hand wing. Becker, long three. High arcing, no. Rebound taken away by Wiseman. Up, Sophie Brown, three off front iron. Rebound chased down by Channing Becker. Looking for Zoe Allen. She gains control of it. Layup, comes up short. Rebounded away by Hill. And now poked away by Sanchez. A lot of action up and down. Players are looking tired. Ava Hooker checking in for Zoe Allen. Daphne Brown checking in for Kylie Hill. Sheila Rascone checking in as well for Miley Stiefel. And that's her first break of the night. Wiseman pass intercepted by Skaggs. Skaggs driving and fouled on the drive. And they're going to get Sheila Rascone that time with the push on the drive by Skaggs. Skaggs didn't get to the free throw line in the Raiders' first game against Monticello. Shot 80%. Highest free throw percentage for the Raiders last season. Hits both of them there. 34-14. Raiders lead has hit 20 points for the first time. Ball tip taken away by Sanchez on the drive. No, a foul though. She'll go to the free throw line. Foul on Sophie Brown. And Sanchez back to the free throw line. Where she's now a perfect 4 for 4. McKenna Hughes checking in for Sanchez, so she has to hit this in order for Hughes to come in, which she does. Raiders up 36-14. Keep that full court 1-2-1-1 full court pressure on. Get it inbounded. Get it across the midcourt line. He's going to call travel. Okay, traveling called on Skaggs as she was reaching in for the steal. I would have assumed that would have been a jump ball situation. They're going to call it traveling. Burlington gets the ball inbounded. Wood Small on the drive. Now up top. 3 by Wiseman. Off back iron. Loose ball. Rebound. This time we're going to get the jump ball. Sewell and Brown tied up on the rebound. People checking back in for the Greyhounds. Burlington in that 2-3 zone, played man-to-man most of that first quarter, then switched into the zone, and have been in that zone ever since. Nice tip, Skaggs, hit, and the shot goes. Rascone picks up the foul, that's her second. 15 foul. Raiders will be in the bonus for the remainder, so now any foul will put the Raiders back to the free throw line. This was in the act of shooting, so one more for Skaggs. Off back iron, no. Rebound tipped. Controlled by Ava Hooker. Driving in the lane. Runner by McKenna Hughes is good. The Raiders now lead by 26, 40-14. Wiseman breaks the Raiders press. Stop, pop, shot, off back iron. Rebounded by Skaggs. And then foul committed by Daphne Brown. So we'll walk to the other end of the floor, as I just said. Bonus situation, so Skaggs going to the free throw line for 2 more free throws. Was third on the Raiders in free throws attempted, 45 on the season, 2.4 per game. And these are free throws 4 and 5 already for her on the night. Carly Rich checks back in for Channing Becker. Free throw rims good. 42-14. Bradley Weingarten checks in for the first time. Raiders pull off the full court press. Wood Small trying to direct traffic from that right wing. Over the top, tracked down by Stiefel. Stiefel being guarded by Ava Hooker. Looking for a screen. Gets it from Brown. Step back 3 is good. Stiefel would have been second in the WAMAC in scoring behind Callie Levine, averaging over 20 points a game last season. Would have been one of the top 3-point shooters in the WAMAC as well. And Sewell on the drive. She'll go to the free throw line. And these would be regular foul shots if she was in the act of shooting. These are not bonus foul shots because the Raiders in the bonus with more than 5 fouls committed in the quarter by Burlington. And even with that, foul shots were down with the new foul rule from last season. Sewer misses them both. Sophie Brown gets it over to Stifle. Up top, Wood Small. Poked away by Carly Rich. And she gets control of it. Nice stop. Staying, playing on 2 feet. And gets the layup to go. 44-17. Raiders lead by 27. Step back 3 again by Stifle is good. 44-20. Burlington falls back into that 2-3 zone that they've played the entire second quarter. Weingarten for 3 from the right-hand corner. No. Rebounded by Ava Hooker. She kicks it out to Carly Rich. Her 3 is no good. Rebounded by Sewer. That's no good. Rebounded by Weingarten, and she puts it in. 46-20. Raiders lead by 26. Brownie Weingarten getting her first points of the season. Vanessa Woodsmall trigger in, baseline out of bounds. Gets it out to Kira Wiseman, her 3, and no good. Rebounded by Sewer. Kicks it over to Carly Rich. That's another way to beat that zone, beat it down the floor before it can set up. So Raiders have used good ball movement, player movement. They've attacked the seams of that 2-3 zone. Another way to attack that 2-3 zone is flash somebody into that middle in that free throw line area. 3 by Weingarten, no good. Goes out of bounds to Burlington. Stiefel into the right corner to Brown. Wood Small, the left-hand dribble. Almost poked away by Ava Hooker. Over to Wood Small, long 3 from the left-hand wing, no good. Flying in for the offensive rebound is Wiseman. Gets it over to Hill, and her shot is good. And she'll go to the free throw line for 1 more. Hill, as a freshman last year, state champ in the shot put, 3rd in the discus. All conference, softball, swimming, all as a freshman. Makes the free throw, 46-23. 23 is the Raider lead. Hughes gets it over to Rich. Stepping through is Ava Hooker, loses control, no foul called. And that's the end of the half. So your halftime score, Raiders lead by 23, 46-23. And we'll send it over to Robbie Allison for some messages from our sponsors.
From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Shannon Slockett and Wendy Yelland in Williamsburg today.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Lillis Insurance Agency in Williamsburg if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
Ullman's Fine Home Furnishings has been turning ideas into beautiful homes for over 86 years.
Quality, style, and a fun shopping experience are what Ullman's is known for.
Come visit Ullman's in Williamsburg and see their vast selection.
And remember, there's always free delivery. Stop at Ullman's Fine Home Furnishings in Williamsburg today and stay as long as you like.
Do you know my mom's a realtor? I love the Burlington. Let's talk about moving. I can't wait until it's closing day. Are you thinking of buying and selling? My mom can be your real estate agent. It's closing day! I'm gonna work for the Burlington Sunday. I love Williamsburg. Go Raiders! Williamsburg is my home.
Well, we had our first baby.
It is beautiful or handsome.
Oh, it's a boy.
We're interested in life insurance.
And we bought a bigger car.
Yeah.
Bigger car. Here is your plan. Goodbye.
When protecting your future, count on a human. Only a Farm Bureau Financial Services agent will sit down with you for a super check and together create a plan that works for you. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Shannon Slockett and Wendy Yelland in Williamsburg today.
Williamsburg Dental Health Clinic is a proud sponsor of Williamsburg Schools and Raider Athletics, serving Williamsburg, Iowa County, and surrounding communities since 2005. Our office employs all kinds of smile experts. Our skilled doctors, Megan Greer and Erica Takanami, take pride in providing the best quality of dentistry for our patient family and stand behind the care they provide. Our fun team of assistants are here to talk you through procedures and answer any questions to put you at ease. Our team of caring hygienists aim to keep you comfortable as they build a relationship of trust with every patient that steps into our office. Call our front office to get scheduled as a new patient or resume your care. Williamsburg Dental Health Clinic, comfortable, friendly care for your smile. Because when you smile, we smile. Located at 827 South Highland Street. Call us today at 319-668-9808 to experience the difference.
Unbelievable amount of devastation. I've never seen anything like it.
We had a beautiful barn that was gone in 20 minutes.
Farm Bureau stepped up right away and said, hey, we got you and we'll be there for you.
We were taken care of. Now we could get on to repairing and rebuilding.
I tell everybody about Farm Bureau.
We're fortunate to say we have good coverage with good people doing it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jared Klosterbauer and sales associate Amanda Hohenschel in Williamsburg today.
Come take my hand and see the world around you. The time is right, just let the light surround you. And step by step you feel it coming alive. The feeling deep down inside and you've got nothing to hide. To reach the top you've gotta keep on moving. Don't let it stop, just gotta keep on moving. I know you're doing the best, you're stepping up from the rest. Just keep on passing the test and then you gotta
Pain, hands, feet, it comes and goes. Neuropathy pain strikes and another drug or surgery just won't do. At least talk to Agape Chiropractic Laser Clinic for a consultation. It won't cost a dime. Agape has the only FDA-approved Class 4 therapeutic laser that just might be your answer. No drugs, no surgeries. Worth a call? Agape Chiropractic Laser Clinic. Call for a free consultation and start feeling better without drugs or surgery.
Every home has a story, and for us, it's about the excitement on a young couple's face when they get the keys to their first home, or the happiness of watching a growing family purchase a home with a bigger backyard for their kids to roam. It's about the attention to detail of a new build and long-time dream finally taking off. And it's about the satisfaction of making the home buying process simple and smooth for a family looking to get back to their roots in the country. Apply in person or through the FTSB Mortgage Express app and let us help start your story. Come see us.
Bellin Construction, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been a proud Raider supporter for over 30 years. Our family-owned and operated business also takes pride in serving the Williamsburg area and surrounding communities. Whether you need us for new construction, remodels, plumbing service calls, or HVAC replacements, we have the experience it takes to get the job done right. From our crew at Belland Inc., go Raiders!
State coordinates of new land acquisition.
Oh, you know that big oak tree that got struck by lightning?
Negative.
The barn with the funny cow mural?
Negative.
One-eyed scarecrow?
Negative.
Giant water tower? You're not from here, are you?
I've never seen him.
Robots don't know you. We do.
Hey, how's your dad doing?
For over 80 years, we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jared Klosterboer and sales associate Amanda Hohenschel in Williamsburg today.
Berg Insurance has been offering the Williamsburg community peace of mind for over 50 years. We are an independent agency representing many different carriers to custom fit your needs. Home, health, life, farm, crop, auto. We have you covered. Visit our website or give us a call today. Berg Insurance on the Square in Williamsburg. We can't think of a better place to call home. Let's go Raiders. Play Tater Tough.
Let's take a look at our first half stats as our halftime entertainment. Some elementary kids playing basketball. So the Raiders held Burlington to 23 points, which they averaged 55 points last season. But shooting about what they did last year, 9 for 24 from the field, 37%, 3 for 11 from a three-point range. So last year they shot 37.5%, 27% from three, averaged 26 last year for an effective field goal percentage of 44%. So 42% is what the Greyhounds shot last season. The biggest issue for the Greyhounds in the first half was turnovers, and we thought that might be the Capra Ford key to the game that might go the Raiders' way to get them to victory tonight. Raiders forcing 16 turnovers by Burlington, where the Raiders only committed 2 turnovers in that first half. So that got the Raiders easy opportunities out on the open floor. Raiders shoot 16 for 30, 53%, 3 for 14 from three-point range, a 21%. And they got to the free throw line 16 times for a free throw rate of 53.3, making 11 free throws, shooting a 69% from the free throw line. So last year the Raiders averaged shooting 37%, shot 53% in that first half, shot 30% from three-point range, 21% tonight. Last year the Raiders averaged 9 free throws made on 14.5 attempts in the first half, 11 for 16. So already a game's worth of production from the free throw line for the Raiders. And excellent shooting, and a lot of that excellent shooting is thanks to turnovers. So 16 turnovers forced by the Raiders, 10 of them are steals. 4 steals in that first half by Carly Rich. 2 steals by Ava Hooker. So far, Taylor Sanchez, the early leader in the clubhouse for the Farm Bureau player of the game, as well as the Allman's Furniture bench player of the game with 10 points in that first half. So Burlington will start the second half with the ball. Down by 23, 46-23. Raiders starting out in their typical man-to-man defense. Stifle at the high screen and roll there from Hill. Stifle on the back cut. Finally gets control of it. Over to Brown. Poked away by Hooker on the floor. Saved by Brown. Bounce pass to Hill. Unable to corral it. Taken away by Skaggs. Over to Ava Hooker in the front court. Skaggs on the drive. Stopped with Hill lurking back there. Hill would have been third in the WAMAC in blocks. Pass over the top, goes out of bounds. Turnover for the Raiders' first possession. Hill with a quick shoe tie there before the ball gets into the offensive end. Hill flashes into the lane, gets the pass, and puts it in. And first points of the second half go to the Greyhounds. Skaggs walks into a three from the right-hand wing, off back iron, rebound, tipped out to Carly Rich. Raiders will reset it up. McKenna Hughes drives through the seam of that defense. Tipped out of bounds to Burlington. Raiders putting on that 1-2-2 full court pressure again. Ball going to call the foul on Zoe Allen, not just tipped out of bounds. Going to get Zoe for the push. That's her first foul. Raiders' first foul of the second half, third quarter. Wiseman triggers it into Stiefel on the drive. And going to get the bump on Ava Hooker on the drive. That's her first foul. Second team foul already here on the Raiders. Burlington only got to the free throw line 3 times in that first half. To the Raiders 16. Hill in the middle of the lane puts it in. She's got the first 4 points here of the second half. Raiders lead down to 19. McKenna Hughes looking for Ava Hooker in the left corner. Pass goes out of bounds. One, 2, 1-1 full court pressure here by the Raiders. Get over the top. Brown, who maybe slid that left foot. No call. Stiefel to Brown. Skip pass. Sophie Brown on the drive. Gives up her dribble, looking for some help. Skaggs all over. Nope. Gets it out to Stiefel. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Stiefel being guarded by Ava Hooker. Gives up her dribble. Gets it to Hill. At the elbow. Over to Brown. 3. No. A rebound. And tipped out of bounds by Daphne Brown. Full court pressure now being applied by Burlington. Ava Hooker to trigger in, gets it to McKenna Hughes. Back to Hooker. She'll break the timeline. Oop. Got the pass away before the carrying violation there as the ball got up around her shoulder. Skaggs, left-hand wing for 3 is good. First points of the second half for the Raiders and get the lead back up to a 22. Turnover. Ava Hooker on the drive. No, we're going to get the call. Foul call, though, on Stiefel on the drive. So Hooker will go to the free throw line as the Raiders continue to add to those free throw totals in their first game against Monticello. As the first one is no good by Ava Hooker. Raiders were 10 of 16, 63% against Monticello in their first game. Gets the second. (50-27) the Raiders lead. That's now 18 free throw attempts already on the night for the Raiders. Hill down low, puts it in. Carly Rich breaks the pressure. Raiders up by 21, looking for Hughes cutting into the middle of the lane. Ball taken away by Stiefel. She gets some help by Wiseman over into the right-hand corner. Three is good for Sophie Brown. Raider lead down to 18. Looking for the answer was Skaggs. No, taken away by Sanchez. Ava Hooker steps back. Ooh, I think she got away with a double dribble on that as she dribbled back and then stopped and dribbled again. And the Raiders are going to get a three out of that as Carly Rich hits the three then. To answer Brown's three, turnaround, no. Skaggs comes away with the rebound. Down court, Ava Hooker, and her shot is good. Nice pass up from Sanchez to Hooker. And the Raiders back up by 23. Ooh, close to an over and back there. Brown's got to be fully established in the front court. Shot rims all the way around and out for Wiseman. Rebound taken away by the Raiders. Sanchez from the right wing. Her shot is no good. Tipped by Hill. And I'm going to say it's off of Sanchez's foot out of bounds. Channing Becker checking in for the Raiders. Vanessa Woodsmall and Sayla Rascone checking in for the Greyhounds. Stiefel being guarded by Ava Hooker. Hands it off to Sophie Brown. Being guarded by Carly Rich. Back to Stiefel. Hop into the lane. The shot comes up short. No good. Rebound on the floor. Taken by Ava Hooker and gets it out to Sanchez. Sanchez cross court over to Rich. He drives into the lane. Kicks it back out. Channing Becker from the left-hand corner is good. Raider lead back up to 26. The largest been all night is 28. Raiders had the trap in the corner. And Coach Mafra saves the possession there, thinking there's going to be a trap and a turnover, and gets the 30-second timeout. Allie Gorsh comes in to check in for the Raiders. So Burlington came out at halftime and cut the Raider lead down to 18. Went on a 9-4 run, cutting that Raiders 23-point halftime lead down to 18. The largest the Raiders had it was 28. Last time that Burlington was within 18 points was early in the second quarter when the Raiders led 32-14. So that was as close as they had been since that point. And then the Raiders go on a quick 8-0 run to build it back to 26, 58-32. Burlington now with the ball triggering in. Get it into Hill. Still controlled by the Greyhounds. Looking for Hill down low. Being double teamed by Becker and Rich. And going to get the foul called. Going to call it on the freshman Becker. For the active shooting, so they'll inbound. That's the third foul on the Raiders. Unable to get the ball inbounded. Turnover, Raiders will inbound now. Channing Becker being guarded full court by Rascone. And get some help from Carly Rich. Still in that 2-3 zone. Burlington played man-to-man in that first quarter. Since then, it's been 2-3 zone ever since. Allie Gorsh from the baseline. No good. A rebound taken away by Burlington. Ball tipped. Saved by Burlington. And then Stiefel will finally break the midcourt stripe. She'll step into a 3 off back iron. No. Rebounded by Rich. Being guarded by Rascone. Ava Hooker now in that middle of that 2-3 zone. That's another way to beat that zone. It's the first time we've seen that tonight. Is attacking the middle. Rays have shot over the top of that. They've had good ball movement, good player movement. Rich unable to keep the ball in bounds as it was knocked away by Ava Hooker, almost a steal. But that's the first time we've seen the Raiders attack that 2-3 zone by going into the middle at that free throw line. Is another spot where you can attack that 2-3 zone. That's what they did right there with Ava Hooker. Either that open jumper from that free throw line area or attacking the basket, which is what she did. Kylie Seward checked into the game, the freshman checking in. So the Raiders will come onto the floor with a couple of freshmen, a sophomore, and a couple of seniors as they break out of this timeout. Raiders lead back up to a 28, 10-0 run. Burlington had cut it down to 18, 50-32, with their run coming out of halftime and going back to when the lead was 28, 42-14. That was an extended going into midway of the second quarter. 18-8 run by Burlington to cut that Raider lead from 28 down to 18. Now it's back up to 28 with a 10-0 run by the Raiders. Get it inbounded over in the right-hand side to Brown. Wood Small on the left-hand dribble to Rascone. On the drive, and she loses out of bounds on the drive against Becker. Turnover on the Greyhounds. Raiders will take over. Full court pressure by Burlington. Get it into Becker. And she's able to break the pressure all by herself. Still in that 2-3 zone is Burlington. Over to Carly Rich, left-hand wing. Her 3 off back iron, no. Rebounded by Rascone. Gets it over to Sophie Brown, who breaks the timeline. Over to Woodsmall. Woodsmall on the drive. Going to say off of the Raiders, out of bounds. Burlington will trigger in baseline out of bounds. Woodsmall to trigger in for the Greyhounds. Gets it into Hill. Jumper from the block, no good. Off back iron, rebounded by Sewer. Now here's Rich as they fall back into that 2-3 zone. Again, Raiders looking now to attack the middle of that zone right there. There's Sanchez at that free throw line. Looking for a foul called on that drive. Doesn't get it. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Quickly up to Daphne Brown on the drive. Turnaround, no. Rebounded by Hill. Looking to pass out. And Channing Becker with the steal and the drive. Off back iron, no. Carly Rich with the offensive rebound. Steps through, shot up, no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. So Raiders led during the second quarter by 28, 42-14. Led by 23 at halftime, 46-23. Burlington cut that lead down to 18, 50-32. And then 10-0 run by the Raiders. Now lead again by 28, 60-32. So in that third quarter, Raiders went 5 for 20, 25%. With 3 of those makes coming from a 3-point range. Only 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And for Burlington in that third quarter, they went 4 for 12, 33%, made 1 3. Still did not get to the free throw line. Raiders doing a better job on the offensive glass in that third quarter. Only 2 offensive rebounds for Burlington. That's what the Capper Ford key to the game. We thought if Burlington's going to get the win here tonight, they're going to have to get those second chance opportunities off the boards with Kylie Hill inside. Good job by the Raiders in that third quarter. Only 4 turnovers forced by the Raiders in that third quarter. So Raiders begin the fourth quarter. Up by 28, 60-32. Still in that 2-3 zone. Sanchez to Zoe Allen stepping through. And she'll be fouled and go to the free throw line. So that does not count as a field goal attempt for Zoe Allen since she was fouled. So Sophie Brown, Kira Wiseman, Daphne Brown, Vanessa Woodsmall, and Miley Stifle, the 5 on the floor to begin the fourth quarter for Burlington. Zoe Allen short on the second. Ball taken away, loose, now on the floor, and up to Stifle down the left-hand side. The bigger Stifle trying to back down Becker. Her turnaround jump shot is short. Rebound comes away eventually with Burlington. Sophie Brown, 3 from the left-hand wing is good. 61-35, ready to lead down to 26. Hit 29 there for the high point so far of the game. Briley Weingarten into the game. Sanchez, Zoe Allen, Allie Gorsh, and Channing Becker, the 5 on the floor to begin the fourth quarter for the Raiders. Williams kicks it out to Stifle. Stifle shot and rims no good. Rebound taken away by Allen. Gets it up, poked away by Stifle. Daphne Brown gets it under control and puts it in. 61-37. Raiders lead down to 24. Gorsh up to the top of the key to Channing Becker. Still in that 2-3 zone. Played man-to-man for the first quarter. Followed in that 2-3 zone ever since. Channing Becker from the top of the key. Long 3 is good. 64-37. Raiders lead back to 27. Stiefel on the drive. Being guarded by Sanchez. Bump. Yep, going to get the bump on Sanchez there. And Stiefel kind of lost her balance on the drive. Woodsmall to trigger in for the Greyhounds. Baseline out of bounds. Raiders been man-to-man this whole game here. Get it into Brown. Becker got some help there from Zoe Allen, forcing the miss. Raiders clear it. Becker over to the right-hand side. Briley Weingarten for 3. That rim's no good. Rebound taken away by Woodsmall. Woodsmall up the court to Brown. Brown stop, pop, no. Rebound comes over to Sophie Brown. Her shot no good. Rebound taken away by Stiefel, and she puts in the left-handed layup. 64-39. Raiders up by 25. Stepping through Sanchez, and she's hit and fouled. And saying the act of shooting, she'll go to the free throw line for 2. Second team foul of the quarter, because fouls reset now every quarter. That was the new rule last season. 4th foul on Daphne Brown. And Jenna Urian checking in for the first time tonight. Demi Horvath will check in for Sanchez. Comes up short, so that'll have to wait till the next stoppage for Demi to get her first varsity action of the year. Help on the drive, dished back to Hill, and she's fouled, and the shot goes. Hill to the free throw line. Team leading 15 points now for Kylie Hill, 7 for 10 from the field. Perfect 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Announcer jinx, so she misses the free throw, of course. Shot 43% last season. Getting to the line almost 3 times a game. So Burlington still in that 2-3 zone. Looking for Ava Hooker in the middle of that zone. And ball tipped away, taken away by Stiefel. Kicks it back out to Brown. Three-pointer top of the key, no. Rims out, no good. Rebound taken away by Urian. Over to Horvath. Over to Hooker in the right corner. Swing it back around to the left-hand side. Got Hooker there in the middle, looking for her. Ball poked away, stolen away by Wiseman. Stolen right back by the Raiders. Urian gets it to Hooker. I'm going to call a travel. May have looked like a travel. I thought she kept that right pivot foot down as she was trying to make that move. Steve thought she was going to hand it off, and coming back around for it is Woodsmall. Hill looking to post up the freshman Sewer down low. On the drive, Stiefel, right-hand runner, no. Rebound. Got a tie-up, jump ball. And that's going to stay with Burlington. Woodsmall triggering in, baseline out of bounds. Gets it over to Wiseman. And you're going to get the reach on Sewer from behind on Hill. Her first, team's third. Under 4 to go here in the fourth quarter. Raiders up 65-41. Brown swings it around to the right-hand side. Stiefel looking for Hill down low. Up top, Wiseman gets it over to Stiefel, being guarded by Ava Hooker. Gets it down to Hill, one dribble, and her shot layup is good. 65-43. 17 points now for Hill on the night. Hooker able to avoid the tie-up. Raiders swinging around. Urian from the left-hand wing. No good. Rebound taken away by Stiefel. And on the offensive rebound, Woodsmall gets fouled by Urian. She'll go to the free throw line for 2. So Hill, the top scorer for either team, with 17 points. Top scorer for the Raiders, they got 3 in double figures. Rich with 13. Zoe Allen with 11. Taylor Sanchez with 11. Candy Skaggs right there with 9. So a nice point distribution there by the Raiders. And the Raiders with a hockey shift change there. Bring 5 new players on the floor. Becker Weingarten. Pump fake, faked out her own team there on the free throw. So lane violation, that'll turn it over to the Raiders. Gore, Skaggs, and Allen to round out the Raider 5 on the floor. Becker breaking the full court man-to-man pressure all by herself. Kinsley Peterson coming in for her first action tonight. A 5'11" center taking over for Kylie Hill. Goes to the bench with a game-high 17 points for the Greyhounds. Skaggs gets it down to Zoe Allen. Kicks it back out to Skaggs. She squares up for the 3 off iron. No. Rebounded, taken away by Channing Becker. Drive by Zoe Allen. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. The question will be if the 5-foot Channing Becker will be able to out-rebound her older brother, Griffin Becker, who's like 6'3". That's already 3 offensive rebounds for Channing on the season. That'll be, I think she outbeat her brother in blocks last season. Zoe Allen hits both free throws. Lead back up to 24, 67-43. Brown hands it off to Roscoe over on the right-hand side. Looking down low for Peterson. Loses it, taken away by Zoe Allen. Here comes Becker down the floor. Nice bounce pass to Gorsh. No. Going to call a jump ball as Allie Gorsh getting a hand on it with Sophie Brown. Alternate possession goes to the Raiders. Channing Becker will trigger in baseline out of bounds. Gets it into Zoe Allen. She drives to the basket. Layup strong. Rebound taken away by Stiefel. Stiefel on the drive. Nice help by Zoe Allen as Stiefel was looking to back down Becker. Brown with the 3. No. Rebound taken away by Channing Becker. Hit Skaggs on the left-hand side. Lefty layup. No. Up to Stiefel, being guarded by Allie Gorsh. Minute and a half to go. Gets the screen, goes opposite. Swing it back around. Ross going over to Brown, now on the right-hand wing. Looking down low, Peterson looking to post up Allen. Gets double-teamed, looking for help. Kicks it back out. Quickly over to Roscoe now on the left-hand side. 3, 2, gets the shot off. No, does not hit iron on that, so the offensive rebound there by Wiseman, but the shot clock goes off. So turnover there by Burlington. Team turnover is how that one counts. For those of you scoring at home. Skaggs gets a screen, steps into the shot. Off back iron, rebounded. Another offensive rebound by Channing Becker. That's what rebounding is positioning and effort. You're seeing that out of Channing Becker here tonight. Here comes Roscoe on the drive. Nice pass over to Brown, and her jumper is good. 67-45. Raiders up by 22. Becker breaks the timeline. And Raiders will pull it out. They can hold for the remainder of the game. And Skaggs gets it over to Gorsh, down to 10 seconds. Over to Weingarten, and back up to Skaggs at the top. And that's the ball game. Your final score tonight from the rack. The Raiders win by 22, 67-45 over the Burlington Greyhounds. Burlington will travel to Mount Pleasant to begin a Southeast Conference play, taking on the Panthers on Friday night at 6 o'clock. The Greyhounds will return to Carl Johansson Gymnasium to host the 5A Muscatine Muskies on Monday, December 9th at 7. The Rays will travel to Center Point Urbana to begin WAMAC play, taking on the Storm Pointers on Friday night at 8 o'clock, followed by a trip to Coralville, where the Raiders will host the number 14 West Delaware Hawks at Extreme Arena on Tuesday, December 10th. The girls' road trip will then continue to Mount Vernon on Friday, taking on the second-ranked Mustangs of Mount Vernon. Our next telecast will be Tuesday, December 17th with a girl-boy doubleheader against the South Tama Trojans, with the girls' game starting at 6 with the boys following. A big thank you to Robbie Allison, Evan Kelch, and my daughter Tasha for doing stats and running the video board, and all the technical assistance from Veronica Heitman and Todd Yelland. Thank you for joining us on our Williamsburg YouTube channel for tonight's girls basketball game between the Raiders and the Burlington Greyhounds. Good night from the RAC, the Raiders Athletic Center.